Hello there, children. Barney the bear here. Make yourselves comfortable. It's time for a story. Today's story is Samantha Squirrel Saves the Day. In a cozy forest nestled between towering trees and rustling leaves lived Samantha Squirrel. Samantha was a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed squirrel who loved nothing more than to explore the wonders of her woodland. One sunny morning, as Samantha scampered through the forest, her heart filled with excitement. She had planned a special scavenger hunt with her friends, and she couldn't wait to see what treasures they would find hidden among the trees. As Samantha bounded from tree to tree, she spotted her friends, a group of playful chipmunks gathered in a clearing, their tails twitching with anticipation. Hello, Samantha. They chirped excitedly. Are you ready for our scavenger hunt? Samantha nodded eagerly, her eyes shining with excitement. I can't wait, she exclaimed. Let's see who can find the most treasures. With a cheerful chorus of chirps and squeaks, Samantha and her friends set off into the forest, their keen eyes scanning the forest floor for signs of hidden treasures. As they searched, Samantha's friend Benny the chipmunk spotted something shiny nestled among the fallen leaves. With a delighted squeal, he pounced on the treasure. A shiny metal object gleaming, but before Benny could pick it up, Samantha's sharp eyes caught sight of something that made her heart skip a beat. It was a metal trap, a dangerous contraption with sharp jaws designed to catch unsuspecting animals. Stop, Benny. Samantha cried out, her voice tinged with urgency. That's a trap. It's not safe. Benny froze in his tracks, his eyes widening in alarm as he realized the danger he had almost stumbled into. With Samantha's quick thinking and keen observation, they had narrowly avoided disaster. With trembling paws, Benny carefully backed away from the trap, his heart pounding with. Samantha rushed to his side, offering words of comfort and reassurance. Thank you, Samantha, Benny said softly, his voice filled with gratitude. You saved me from a terrible fate. Samantha smiled warmly at her friend, her heart swelling with pride. She knew that she had learned an important lesson about safety and awareness in the forest. And as she and her friends continued their scavenger hunt, she vowed to always keep a watchful eye out for danger, ready to spring into action and protect her friends from harm. Little did Samantha know, her quick thinking and bravery would soon be put to the test in a much greater challenge, one that would require all of her courage and resourcefulness to overcome. As Samantha and her friends continued their scavenger hunt, the forest seemed to hum with excitement. They darted among the trees, their eyes sparkling with anticipation as they searched for hidden treasures. Suddenly, a rustling in the bushes caught Samantha's attention. She froze, her ears twitching as she peered into the underbrush, trying to catch a glimpse of the source of the noise. Out from the bushes stepped a stranger, a fox with a sleek coat of red fur and cunning eyes that gleamed in the dappled sunlight. Samantha's heart skipped a beat as she recognized the fox, the notorious Rusty Redtail known throughout the forest for his sly tricks and thieving ways. Hello there, little ones, Rusty Redtail purred, his voice smooth as honey. What brings you to this part of the forest? Samantha's friends exchanged nervous glances, their tails twitching with unease. They had heard tales of Rusty Redtail's mischief and deceit, and they knew better than to trust him. But Samantha, ever curious and hopeful, decided to give Rusty Redtail the benefit of the doubt. We're on a scavenger hunt, she explained, her voice cautious but friendly. We're searching for hidden treasures in the forest. Rusty Redtail's eyes gleamed with interest at the mention of hidden treasures. Ah, how exciting! He exclaimed, his voice dripping with false enthusiasm. I'd love to join you. Perhaps I can help you find some treasures of my own. Samantha hesitated, her instincts warning her to be cautious. She knew that Rusty Redtail couldn't be trusted, but she also didn't want to be rude or unwelcoming. Before she could respond, Rusty Redtail lunged forward with lightning speed, his paw outstretched towards Benny's shiny find from earlier. With a triumphant grin, he snatched up the object and dashed off into the underbrush, leaving Samantha and her friends stunned in his wake. Rusty Redtail, Samantha cried out, her voice filled with dismay. He's stolen Benny's treasure. Her friends gasped in shock, their tails bristling with anger. They had been warned about Rusty Redtail's tricks, but they had never imagined that he would stoop so low as to steal from them. Determined to right the wrong and retrieve their stolen treasure, Samantha and her friends set off in pursuit of Rusty Redtail, their hearts pounding with determination. Little did they know, their encounter with the cunning fox was just the beginning of an adventure that would test their courage, friendship, and resolve in ways they had never imagined. Samantha and her friends raced through the forest, their hearts pounding with determination as they pursued Rusty Redtail, the cunning fox who had stolen Benny's treasure. They dodged between trees and leaped over roots, their determination driving them forward despite the obstacles in their path. As they ran, Samantha's mind raced with thoughts of how they could outsmart Rusty Redtail and retrieve the stolen treasure. She knew they would have to be clever and work together if they were to succeed. Suddenly, they burst into a small clearing, where they caught sight of Rusty Redtail disappearing into a thicket of bushes at the far end. With a renewed burst of energy, Samantha and her friends sprinted after him, their determination burning bright. But just as they reached the bushes, they came to an abrupt halt. The thicket was dense and tangled, making it impossible to see through or pass through easily. "We've lost him," Benny exclaimed, his voice tinged with frustration. Samantha's heart sank as she realized they had lost sight of Rusty Redtail. But she refused to give up hope. She knew that they couldn't let the cunning fox get away with his thievery. "We need to split up and search the area," Samantha suggested, her voice steady despite her disappointment. "If we work together, we can cover more ground and increase our chances of finding Rusty Redtail and retrieving the treasure." Her friends nodded in agreement, their determination matching Samantha's own. With a plan in place, they spread out through the clearing, searching every nook and cranny for any sign of Rusty Redtail. For what felt like hours, they combed through the underbrush, their eyes scanning for any trace of the cunning fox. Just as Samantha was beginning to feel discouraged, she caught sight of a flash of red fur darting behind a nearby tree. With a triumphant cry, she signaled to her friends, and together they raced towards the tree, their hearts pounding with excitement. They rounded the trunk and found themselves face to face with Rusty Redtail, who was cornered and surrounded on all sides. Realizing that he was outnumbered and outmatched, Rusty Redtail had no choice but to surrender. With a defeated sigh, he relinquished the stolen treasure, handing it back to Benny with a sheepish look. Samantha and her friends cheered in triumph, their hearts swelling with pride. They had worked together, overcome obstacles, and outsmarted Rusty Redtail to retrieve what was rightful. As they made their way back to the clearing where their scavenger hunt had begun, Samantha felt a sense of satisfaction wash over her. She had learned an important lesson about teamwork, perseverance, and the power of friendship. And as they celebrated their victory with laughter and high fives, Samantha knew that no challenge was too great when they faced it together. With the stolen treasure safely returned and Rusty Redtail no longer a threat, Samantha and her friends gathered in the clearing to reflect on their adventure. They sat in a circle, the warm sunlight filtering through the leaves overhead, casting a golden glow over the scene. I'm sorry for suggesting we let Rusty Retail join our scavenger hunt, Samantha said, her voice tinged with regret. I should have listened to my instincts and known better than to trust him. Her friends nodded in understanding, their expressions filled with empathy. It's okay, Samantha, Benny said, offering her a reassuring smile. We all make mistakes sometimes. The important thing is that we learn from this experience and work together to make things right. Samantha felt a sense of gratitude wash over her as she looked around at her friends. Despite the challenges they had faced, they had come together, supported each other, and emerged stronger than before. I'm just glad we're all safe, Samantha said, her voice filled with sincerity. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. With a chorus of chirps and squeaks, Samantha and her friends exchanged hugs and expressions of friendship. They knew that they would always have each other's backs, no matter what challenges they faced in the future. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Samantha felt a sense of peace settle over her. She knew that she had learned an important lesson about trust, resilience, and the power of friendship. As they made their way back to their homes in the trees, Samantha couldn't help but smile. She knew that there would be many more adventures waiting for them in the forest. But she also knew that as long as they faced them together, they would always come out on top. And so, with hearts full of gratitude and determination, Samantha and her friends bid farewell to the clearing, ready to face whatever challenges the future held, secure in the knowledge that they had each other to lean on every step of the way. The end.